Okay, we've got audio and then we'll start. Excellent, we appear to be working. Okay, reload player, come on. Is it my Chromebook? Is it Twitch? Who can tell? Come on. Okay, there we go. Music credits. Right, do I have audio? Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay, let's see. Okay, so new headset. I am not entirely sure of the volume. La la la. That'll do. I'm audible, that's all that matters. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do another house tour. And this is another Cottages and Courtyards house tour. This is GA Trinkit's primary we're heading to today. It's the Potentate's Retreat. And it's lovely. Where are we? Oh, no, hang on. Went far too far. Right, he's not on, so go by gamer tag. There we are. Visit primary. This one is a really nice one. I was having a look around it the other day when he was asking if people wanted to see it, and he's done a really nice job with it. Particularly the garden. And I'm kind of a sucker for a good garden, so let's go have a look. And we only have one cat at the moment. We'll see if any of them sneak on later. Kitty, kitty, kitty. You missed him earlier. He was like fully sprawled out on his back with the belly exposed and the little feet up but curled in. The issue with Dodger is he knows he's pretty. It's maybe an unusually long time. Well, yes, that is happening quite a lot with update 29. Okay. So, right, we need to dematriarch. There we go. Let's go first person. Screenshot mode. God damn it. Put the staff away. Then go into screenshot mode. Right, okay, so here we are. We have a very nice well lit atrium with with one of the vampire chandeliers. Those things give amazing light output. We've got Zabi and Fizzes by the doorway for quick drop-offs and businesses, which is really cool. We come into the atrium. We have the Dwarven Chandelier right up the top, which is good to see that someone figured out a good way to use that, because the light diffusion from those things was something I wasn't entirely happy about myself, but Trinkit's managed to do it rather well. Here we've got the 6 house ritual table and Mother Morrowind's music box, with some nice use of that Eleanor potted plant phased into it. I like that. It's an idea to maybe steal in the future. Got some really nice use of potted plants with the Markmar and Elsewhere pots. And the lovely little red guard fountains from the Bella pack. I wish these were craftable. If these were craftable, I would have them everywhere. And then there's the first Cat's Pride, I think that's the name of the statue. I have it in my storage house because I'm not using it in the guild house at present, but it's gorgeous. Floral offerings. We head around to the back of this area. And we've got a severed dragon head and one of the blighted trees of Mushlock. Oh, and here's poor wee Phaedra, looking lost as always. I think someone needs to give her a better map. Anyway, let's come out of the rotunda and we'll go clockwise. Well, anti-clockwise, rather. We've got a nice little skooma and chill area with some Telvanni paintings there and some of the new Khajiit paintings. I need to spend more time running around Northern Elsewhere and popping chests to get a couple of those. The only one I had, I swapped with my friend Cassie for a Chorus egg. I had an idea for the Chorus egg that I didn't have with the paintings, so don't judge me. Over here we have a nice little kitchen, pleasantly laid out, kebabs grilling on the fire, supplies, oh, even napkins. I like that. I wonder what basket that is. One of the Solitude ones, I think. He's sealed off the room behind there with one of the Khajiit walls. And a storage cupboard. Got our drippy cake over here and some more supplies. I like it. It's a nice, small, well laid out kitchen. Not overly cluttered. I tend to go for clutter myself. Looks like we've only got one dinner guest though, unless the other one's not drinking. See, I'm a bit torn. Let's see, I like when other people use the vines on interior walls, but just something in me just doesn't want to do it myself because I see vines indoors and I think black mould. Or unhealthy things, I'll admit, it's really nice work. Let's see, over here we've got his trophy selection. Nice variety. The thing about the Courtyards retreat is that you get quite a lot of gallery space, so you could put all your trophies I kind of wonder what this chandelier is though. I am not familiar with it. I don't think it's a custom job. Whatever it is, this is lovely, and I want to know where I can buy it or where I can find the plan for it, because that is nice. And it's got a decent light output. It's one of the alien wall panels from the new crates, and the seat of the Snow Prince. Nice. Another potted plant. We like. We'll examine that on the way past, but we're going to this section now. Another one of those cool chandeliers, and more trophies. We've got our Akaviri puzzle table thingy, and a selection of statuettes. Nice variety. And the dragon horn, the big version. I am waiting for someone to make a gigantic cosplay accessory of that. Let's see, over here we have a nice compact library. And he's managed to phase in the statues fairly well, because phasing those into spaces can be tricky. I like it. Some Daedric books. Now look at this. This cupboard comes empty when you craft it or buy it. And he's phased things in really well. Although I have to say my OCD would have me like having the books pushed all the way in, but I am a bit weird like that. Let's see, over here, is that audio? I should know who that is, but you know, I'm drawing a blank. Got some books, a little trinket box, something to drink, some nice ancient Khajiit bookshelves. I love those things, although I tend to go a bit mad with them. And over here we've got some clockwork bottles used as decor, which are nice. And the Telvanic and the Labra. And we've got, let's see, Nocturnal over on the desk. An urn beside the bed. I wonder what's in the urn. Oh, and he's used this big Redguard gilded urn as a stand for the Skyrim statuette dude. Reaper's March furnishing, painting. Come on, Dave, get your words right. There's Sothis Cell, Oriel and Xerxes, Jewelry Box, and Alessia Parvan. Redguard bookcase. Forget if those come with the scrolls or not. And of course, a nice big fireplace to warm it up. That actually works fairly well. See, I wouldn't have been too sure about using that in this house myself, but it actually works. The things I learn when I'm poking around other people's houses. So let's go back to that little seating area that leads outdoors. Got the Eleanor trellises from last week's luxury vendor mounted on the wall, which is nice. It's a nice indoor wall display. And some potted plants, That's the Breton tapestry behind it. Can't be certain because I can't remember if I can make it or not. I've got a trunk being used as a coffee table. And one of these plants, which are pretty and I can't remember seeing before, but they're probably in the housing editor and I'm just, being a blind old bugger. There's our little Khajiit Moppet teddy bear. I think this is one of the new paintings from Western Skyrim. Or it could be from Northern Elsewhere. Like I say, I need to spend more time in Northern Elsewhere popping out chests. And there's a decapitated sea slode with its crazy pendant. I like that pendant. I want it as a decoration for my character. Here we've got another bookshelf out here. I kind of wonder that there should, I think maybe a little seat here in the corner and a little brazier would be nice in a reading nook, but I am not going to criticise someone who lays their house out so well. There's one of the Velothi triptychs. I would love to find one of those in the wild. But let's be real, we all know that when I eventually do give in and buy one from the Crown Store, I will just never admit it. Okay, downstairs, there's the Alchemy Chandelier. It's nice, but, I'm a blueberry, I prefer the Breton one. Please don't at me. There's the... Okay, what... Oh, right. I get it now. It's a clockwork light sticking out of the tapestry holder. For a second I couldn't quite figure out what that was, but let's just put it down to me being a dummy, shall we? And there's another trellis which he's backlit with a Colovian projection crystal, I think. Yeah. And the Black Reach Geode. I have to be very careful with these things. I would spend all my chromium playing making them if I could. But look at them. I defy you to tell me that is not worth going broke for. Anyway, as we... Oh no, we're going to have to come out of screenshot mode for this. Right. On the subject of going broke, this garden out here, this is something. Like, seriously. I have not seen a garden like this in quite some time. Okay, so first off we can see there's the ethereal comet over there. And I did not think they would be quite so sparkly from such a distance, but I am really happy to see that they are. I'm left-handed, so we'll go left. But first we're going to look at this little area here. We've got a glowy skull and a bowl of blood and something to drink. And preferential treatment for the snow leopard saber cat. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yeah, I don't think he likes me. That saber cat has a big case of resting bitch face. And the leopard doesn't look too happy either. So we've got little Sigic light balls in the mouths of the temple dog guardians. My I imagine will be lovely when it's dark. Some of last week's wisteria trees, glowing thistles, and the mangrove trees, I think. More glowy flowers. I like the vine work. It's just draping down those pillars slowly. And we've got all those glowy vines that come with the place. We've got an Allied white willow placed here. I need to farm like about 6 of those. We've got some more of the Khajiit plants. And hold on, no, they're not Cold Harbour glow stalks. What are they called again? Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to drive myself nuts looking for them later in the furnishing editor. I like how the flowers have been layered. They don't bleed into each other, they're clearly distinct, but there's a nice favourable overlap. And we've got a Dromathra that we are not going to antagonise, because don't mess with the evil possessed Khajiit that can mince you. So down at this little grotto we've got some lovely coral pieces. Some of the dark shade caverns, tentacle plants, and some of the scale collar mushrooms, and one of the Morrowind anemones. I am never going to be able to pronounce that word the first time. There's another Colovian projection crystal. Some of the lunar cacti rock things. I'm never entirely sure what to call them. I mean, if they're cacti, they're very strange cacti. Oh, those are the vines phased into the ground. You know, I've never thought of that. I'm probably just a little bit boring. Some nice Vardenfell mushrooms. And behind the waterfall we have the dragon treasure. And some lit up glass shards with some of the Kalanda stones from Oridon. And more glass crystals. And over here we've got some beasties and some presumably really good treasure if it's in its own chest. We don't like spiders. Spiders are creepy and squick us out. So let's retreat from here and take a nice little leisurely stroll throughout the rest of the garden. I wish I'd been able to get more than one of those celestial nimbi. But they were crown crate furnishing loot. And one does not bankrupt oneself for crown crates. As much as we wish we could. Over here we have Lady Nocturnal showing a bit of leg. Trying to persuade us to forget about that time she tried to destroy the universe and become the only thing in it. And you can try, Lady N, but it ain't happening. Nope. Nice use of the Khajiit. Oh dear, what are they called? I think they're the Khajiit statues, or didn't they come? Were they part of Hubalajad's furnishing pack? forget. I know the gold ones were. The stone ones. Which came first, the furnishing pack or the Khajiit? I've got some nicely arranged items here, some ferns, one of the Glenmorrow stones, nice amethyst geode, Rafflesia plant, I think. I forget what the glowing one in the middle is, which is ironic because I put one at Stone Eagle area in my house. Oh, and a dark shade glowstock. Or are they Vardenfell ones? I have too many options. There's a weird bloom being placed into these planters. Nothing else in the other three though. Understandable though, they were a luxury furniture and it'll be a while before they're back if I've got the calendar right. Over here we've got Calgontied, impotently bellowing his fiery rage. I hope you're burning in dragon hell, you miserable bugger. I like the use of the hedges to line this bit of the path. Gives it a nice little bit of variety. And here's this necromantic dragon being buried slowly in a gigantic hourglass. I don't know what the dragon's done, but they must have done something. Over there we've got some more coral bits and planks. I like what he's done with the corrupted Marcelock vines. Those are nice. We've got the Khajiit lunar device thing, which I still maintain should be animated. I am sorry, I will never be salty about it. Stop being salty about that. Oh, and it lines up with the comet. I love it. Nice attention to detail. And here's these red guard wooden banister things. I still have not checked to see if there's a plan for these. I know a lot of people buy stuff from the Crown Store, but frankly, I am not that well off. If I wanted to buy everything I wanted from the Crown Store, I would be broke and like missing a kidney. And possibly half my liver. Got some nice cave bracket fungus here. More of the, oh dear, Tijan plants. I forget the exact name for them. I know where they are, I know where to buy them, but could I tell you the name of them? Nope, not if my life depended on it. I've got some of the bat blooms and the Vardenfell mushrooms, glowing thistles, prairie fire patch. I know what that one is. Haha, victory! I know what one is. It's the animated one from Markmire from Luxury Vendor. It's a little bit creepy, but oddly sinuous at the same time. Some more undergrowth. Hey, Scuttlebloom. It's not Scuttle, Split the Scuttlebloom. And the Swamp Jelly, which thankfully we cannot harvest and kill. Because that always made me feel so bad when that happened. The first time it happened, I thought, oh, I can interact with this, maybe I can catch it. Nope, we kill it. Give it a handful of fishing bait. Here are the painted rocks from Black Heights in Southern Elsewhere. pretty. Also, fairly cheap. You can do nice things with a meditation garden with these rocks. Buy yourself a couple of those big sand patches from the guild traders. If you can find someone that's selling them, get someone to make you them, plop the painted rocks on, boom, meditation garden. Some of those bloodwort mushrooms. There's that really worrying one with the spikes. I kind of feel that this one would eat you. Don't go to sleep with one of these in the vicinity. It will uproot itself and chew you. Eat your head. Ob nom 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 nom. Baby garden fell in it and anemone. I will get it. One day I will get it. Got a nice pious imperial priest here. And we've got Kunzari sarcophagi. He did a lot in life, so much so that he didn't just earn a forename, he earned a surname as well. Jar, you were a great hero. Although I'm getting stuck, so clearly I'm too fat to get past. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, so let's see. We have a nice little bonfire over here for the fishermen to warm themselves with. Prince Shubalajad's statue over by the cove. Probably there to warn people off. Some fish. Nice little fishing boat. Some fishing rods. One of the orcish tomes, or is it a Murklar one? I want to say orcish, but hi, hello. And let's see, got a nice little drinking area. We can sit and watch the sea. Dun, dun, dun. Very nice. I don't like it. There's just, a lot of detail and a lot of variety, really. You don't, well, sometimes people just tend to lump things together, but there's been a definite sense of, I don't want to make everything look too samey. I just want to, have things nicely arranged, but not without being repetitive. We've got good lighting, good composition. Are some of the same plants being reused? Yes. Are they being done in a way that doesn't make it repetitive and predictable? Also yes. It's also quite interesting to see how the various different regional plants work well together, because here's one from the Northern Elsewhere, here's one from Cold Harbour, here's one from someplace I can't pronounce, can't say even. There's one from Vardenfell, and there's a tree from Northern Elsewhere, and combined they work. There's one of this week's Eleanor trees, which we're going to be looking for in about an hour. There's one of these Bankeral lanterns, I think. That is definitely what one of those pedestal busts in Crafty Ferret's house was sitting on. Wait, but wasn't that one round? Yeah, I think that one at Crafty's was round. I must hit up the Googles after this. Oh, sun loungers. Sun loungers made out of stretchers. Nice. The only thing better would be if we could sit on them. But you know, I have impossible standards for the furnishers in this game. Get me a deck chair, make it simple. Make me sit on a Shaylong like you would sit on a Shaylong, you know? Don't just make me sit all straight backed on it, let me lounge on it like a lonely courtesan. Over here we have the Ragada... Oh dear, what is that one? Ragada Battle Mage? I think this is Ragada Battle Mage. Okay. Nice little scattering mud crab over here. And another one of the fishing boats. Although this one's got a canopy on it, so I think it might just be, you know, something to scull about the ocean and chill, maybe catch some rays. Back to the walkway again. We've got Cold Harbour, glow stalks, festive vine curtains on the end of this, which I didn't notice at the start. Oh, and there's our Guardian Lanterns. Everywhere you look in here, there's something new. It's lovely and it encourages you to slow down and take in the details. I'm probably missing a bunch of the finer ones myself, but I just get rather enthused by these kind of things. So we've got more vines and those. Oh, wait, I thought those plants had yellow petals, unless there's a second variety of them. Back in the furnishing editor later. I don't want to jump because that might bring me out of screenshot mode. Got some more hedges, presumably to hold the topsoil. Those are the Crabapple Trees from Craglon, I think. I could be wrong. Oh, and a Necromancer's marker from Northern Elsewhere, which shouldn't really go as well in this place as it does. Right, well, there's those yellow flowers, but they didn't have those spiked stamens. I may go on a flower scrutinising spree later. See, those are... Is this the brambleberry? Oh dear, what are they called? I am a terrible, terrible furnisher. I can't instantly associate names with stuff. There's just so many different types here. Clockwork trees here. Oh, and... oh dear. I was going to say sadly someone's dead, but it looks like they're not quite ready to accept it yet. We need a priest of RK, stat! This like skeleton does not want to stay dead. Oh my. Nice little bit of topiary here. And is it wrong that I'm like wondering if Trinkit takes on gardening commissions? And then there's another boat here. And again, I think he's got a mini Khajiit marina set up. Statue here. Did she shoot an arrow that's meant to be the comet? Questions. There's our stack of pancake mushrooms from Vardenfell. And back up the path. Where are the glow bushes back? I'd like a couple more of those. Glowing thistles. That's the blue sunbird bushes. More glowing thistles and hedges. And the purple Alchemy trees. I am going to go so broke getting those later tonight. Okay, so we're almost back at the house entrance, and there's a gate, but we're going to go to the side because, god damn it, we don't want to come out screenshot. We've got two of those Courtyards sarcophagi lids used as the guardians of the gate, I suppose. That would appear to be right. Okay, anything to this side? No, just the tree. And we've got the Vardenfell map here. No, it's to keep people off the map. Which, you know, fair enough, you don't want people climbing over your fun stuff. And there's a torch in there to make it look like the volcano's ready to erupt. Nice. I know there's a greenhouse over there, but we'll come back to it in a minute. We're just going to go have a look up here. The fountain with some ivy growing in it, a dragon guard sarcophagi, or some poor bugger who fell in the line of duty, and a couple more flower beds. There's the coda flowers. Those should be due back sometime soon, I think. That would bring us back up to the entrance, but I promise we go back down to the greenhouse. Let's see, so we have the northern elsewhere gone, and a couple of little benches, heather and leather. He's embellished the greenhouse with the fancy Eleanor pergolas. I know they don't call them fancy Eleanor pergolas, but it's how I think of them. Vibrant cherry blossom potted plants. And the buckthorns phased in here. I like this. This is nice. And we're going to head on in. So let's see. Got some nice planters, which I could never really get the hang of these when I tried it myself. I ended up using the retaining walls from Eleanor instead to make planters, which worked out better for me, but I think we can all agree Trinkit's gardening game is on point. This is his little clothing workshop, which is nice. And then there's our enchanting and blacksmithing area. Although I kind of feel that the jewellery working station should be where the enchanting station is, because you need heat to make rings as well. And there's the woodworking station, and another planter. Lush, vibrant, pretty. Let's see, so this is the Alchemy Corner. We've got the Poison Maker's Cabinet and a whole bunch of alchemical recipes in that bookcase by the look of it. Our alchemy gear, mortars and pestles, and the new music box with a ball of plague. Oh, and the vampiric coagulant distillator. Oh dear. English, Dave, English. I think it's a shame that it doesn't quite drip. That would be interesting. And over here we've got the alchemy station and a bucket of clockwork crystals. As you know, gotta get those clockworky things up. Also, those are remarkably versatile for decoration. And we've got our jewelry station here and another platter. So yeah, as you can see, Trinkit's gardening game is on point. Got a wide array of plants that he's mixed and matched so that nothing of it is ever, predictable or repetitive. Some really nice detailed phasing inside on those bookshelves. And some really nice pieces outside here. I am convinced that that dark elf statue over there shot an arrow which became that ethereal comet. I don't know, is she trying to hit the lunar apparatus? Or maybe it's to shatter the hourglass or Calgary tea. Which way? Where's the tail? Tail is there, so behind me. I think it would land on the hourglass, to be honest. But yes, this lovely, lush sanctuary in the Potentate's Retreat has been the work of G.A. Trinkit from Cottages and Courtyards. Oh, and while I was on the subject of details, before I forget, he put down stilts, foundations for the greenhouse. I mean, come on. Is that just not paying attention? Is that not just paying attention to detail, or is that not paying attention to detail? That is like something a lot of people would overlook. But yeah. So back off my squirrel brain tangent. This has been G.A. Trinkit's house from Cottages and Courtyards on Xbox North American server on Elder Scrolls Online. I hope anyone who's been watching has enjoyed this stream, and assuming I get Trinkit's permission, I'll post it on YouTube for long-term storage. For now, this is where we're going to finish the stream.